Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of This Week in BJJ. I'm Budo Jake, and today is June 24th, 2015. As you can see, I'm still in Japan, and I'm rocking Rikako's t-shirt. She is the latest Japanese gold medalist. She took gold in the women's division at the 2015 World Championships. So congrats again, Rikako. So I've been having a good time in Japan. Been training super hard at Palestra Hakata. Been doing 2 classes a day, so about 4 hours of training. It's been super fun training with all these new people, which is something that I recommend for everyone to do. You kind of get used to your usual training partners. It's good when you can mix it up a little bit. And also just experience, a different culture is always fun as well. Well, on today's show, we got 4 news topics. We're going to talk about 5 grappling. We're going to talk about the new episode of Rolled Up. We're going to talk about Jack Topher's show, Invisible Jiu-Jitsu, and we're going to talk about something that's going on in Guatemala. After that, we got a couple new products, and finally, we're going to have an interview and techniques by Yuki Ishikawa. Yuki runs Carpe Diem, which is one of the newest but best jiu-jitsu schools in Japan. It's an amazing facility, and had time to visit him last week, and he shows a couple really cool guard passes and covers some interesting things on the interview as well. All right, guys, let's get to it. Okay, before we get to the news, we got to pay the bills. So I want to thank our sponsor, ColiCure. ColiCure is the only proven method to fix cauliflower ear without having to go to the doctor. Back years ago, before ColiCure existed, I did go to the doctor and I got my ear sutured. So as you can see, I have no more cauliflower ear. But with the ColiCure product, you can do it at home. It's a very simple process. After you drain your ear using a needle, you just put 2 magnets. They're silicone covered magnets, so they're not uncomfortable. And you put one on the front of your ear and one on the back, and you wear them for just a few days until the skin adheres to the cartilage inside, and that's it. So it's an amazing product. We only accept sponsors for products that we really believe in, so I think this will help you out too if you're suffering from cauliflower ear. So check it out on BudoVideos.com. Okay, first news topic, Rolled Up, number 45 is now out. That's an episode with Salo and Shanji Hibero, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback so far. A lot of people are calling it the best episode ever, and for whatever reason, that seems to happen with every episode. I think everyone has their favorite athletes, but nevertheless, Salo and Shanji are some of the best in the sport. Certainly looking at their competition resume and just their outlook on jiu-jitsu, they're very well-rounded, always going for the takedown, very rarely lose position, and they have a very good philosophy on martial arts and jiu-jitsu in general. So I think you're going to learn a lot by checking out that episode. It's in 4 parts. The documentary portion of Rolled Up is in 2 parts, and there's 2 bonus techniques, so a total is about 75 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Certainly a lot of work goes into it, but we enjoy bringing that show to you. And we couldn't do it without our sponsors. Another show that we've produced recently has come to an end. That is BJJ versus Cancer. That is Jack Topher's series on Invisible Jiu-Jitsu. That was a 5-part series, and part 5 was just released on YouTube. So there will be a link below in the show notes. Gotten a lot of great feedback on that as well. A lot of the techniques he shows come from Rickson Gracie and Rickson students, and Jack has, I think he has a great knack for teaching. And I think that really comes across. He's able to explain the concepts that he spent so much time and money learning. And it's a charity show, so if you got anything out of it, it'd be great if you could contribute to his GoFundMe campaign. And the campaign so far has raised over $2,500. It's going to help out his nephew, whose mother is suffering from cancer. So speaking of that, we're also doing a charity seminar for Jack's cause. It's going to be 5 instructors teaching, each instructor teaching for 1 hour. That's going to take place at Henry Aiken's Dynamic MMA in Santa Monica, middle of July. I don't have the date on me right now, but the information will be below. The 5 instructors are going to be Jack Topher, Henry Aikens, Dave Kama, Rickson Gracie, and myself. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You can sign up. You do need to sign up. There's only 50 spots left. Actually, originally there was 50 spots. Last time I checked, there was 40 still available. But anyway, yeah, it's going to be a great seminar, and I hope you guys can all make it. Next up is the 5 Grappling Super League. You heard me mention this on the last episode. This is going to be an amazing event. It's going to take place at Studio 540, one of the most amazing gyms that I've ever been to, and you know I've been to a lot of them. This tournament is going to be 2 8-man brackets, actually 8 men and 8 women. And they're going to be competing for $17,500 in prizes for each. So the men, $17,500 is going to the men and $17,500 to the women. Some of the names included so far are, some of the new names actually, are Karen Antunes in the women's division, James Popolo, and Cuban judoka UFC fighter Hector Lombard in the men's division. So he's going to bring the heat, you know that. For more information, please check out 5grappling.com. There will be a live stream. It's going to be held on 5grappling.com. And again, that's going to be on August 2nd. Definitely an event to check out. Okay, last news topic, and that is something's going down in Guatemala. Guatemala is a country that I haven't visited. I didn't know anything about what's going on with their jiu-jitsu scene, but apparently it's growing and growing fast. There is an event there called the GT Open, the Guatemala Open, and this year they're going to have last year was their first event, I believe, and this year is going to be their second. But not only is it going to be a tournament, they're also going to have 4 super fights. And check out the names on the super fights. We got Edwin Najmi making his black belt super fight debut against Queixinho. We got Gio Martinez, who's a Eddie Bravo black belt, versus Joao Miao. We got Majid Hage versus Sean Roberts. And we have Jeff Glover versus Budo Jake. That's right. This is something that I'm really looking forward to. It'll be my super fight debut. Of course, I've done a lot of tournaments before, but never a super fight, so this should be a lot of fun. And you know, we produced some of Jeff Glover's instructionals, so I know all of his secrets now. So that'll be a lot of fun. There will be a live stream for that as well. That's going to be September 19th. I don't have the URL for the stream yet, but we'll be giving that information as we get closer to that. Okay guys, time for new products. Just 2 products I want to talk to you about today. First up is Adidas Judo Gis. You know Adidas has been in the game for a long time. They make very high quality judo gis, but they've recently come out with a brand new line of gis, and we've got them all on BudoVideos.com. So if you're practicing judo, definitely check it out. The prices are, there's some really cheap ones and some higher priced ones, but they're all definitely quality products, and definitely check it out, BudoVideos.com. Second product up is one that's a highly anticipated DVD set. It's Keenan Cornelius's Worm Guard. Now, if you've been following the competition scene for a while, you know that the Worm Guard is one of the most innovative positions that we've seen in quite a while. The Worm Guard involves using your opponent's lapel, wrapping it between your leg or his legs, and it gets complicated from there. But there's a lot of variations. You know, there's the Worm Guard, the reverse Worm Guard, the Wormnado. Just look at the product on BudoVideos.com. You'll see all kinds of crazy names, and we need those crazy names to describe what's going on. And you know, Keenan is not just a guy that talks the talk, he walks the walk. He has used all of these moves in competition. He's beaten some super high-level guys who've been black belts much longer than he has. It's a very unique position. And you know, the people that call it a stalling position, I think, are not giving it due credit. A lot of new positions are considered stalling positions because guys just haven't figured out the defenses, haven't figured out the escapes. You know, the 50-50 used to be a super stalling position. Now you see people getting in and out of it a little bit easier. And I think the same is going to go for Worm Guard. It's going to be developed more and more in the coming years. And whether you like it or you hate it, you should at least understand it. You at least want to know what your opponents or potential opponents could be doing with it. It's a 4 DVD set. 2 DVDs cover the Worm Guard. 2 other bonus DVDs cover some of Keenan's favorite techniques. Keenan is an amazing teacher and competitor, which is a rare combination, and I think you're really going to get a lot out of this set. It's $97 for the 4 DVD set, available on BudoVideos.com. Now, it's time for an interview. This interview is with Yuki Ishikawa. I did this one in Tokyo at his gym called Carpe Diem. It's one of the nicest gyms in Japan for sure. It's a relatively new chain of gyms. He has, I think, 4 in Japan, but this is the biggest one. And Yuki was used to live in Arizona, so his English is very good. And yeah, it's a rather short interview. We didn't have a whole lot of time, but I think you'll enjoy the interview. And then he shows a couple really cool techniques too, a couple really cool guard passes. So enjoy the interview and techniques by Yuki Ishikawa from Carpe Diem. So Yuki, where did you come up with the name Carpe Diem?
Well, Carpe Diem, seize the day. Everybody likes it, right? It's hard to live up to this word, the phrase. But, well, I just like the phrase since I was 20 or so. This phrase always helped me. Sometimes I think too much future, and still think about something past. So I thought just Carpe Diem.
Right, just live in the moment.
Yes.
So you're teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Japan.
Yes.
Some people think that's ironic, since Jiu-Jitsu came from Japan, went to Brazil, and now it's come back. Do you think that you're teaching a Brazilian martial art or a Japanese martial art?
Well, to be really honest, I really don't know about anything about Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. So to me, Jiu-Jitsu is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I think it's almost romantic that we taught Jiu-Jitsu to Brazilian, and that they made it, for me, they made it much better. It came back and learned Jiu-Jitsu from them. I think it's pretty cool.
Martial arts, generally speaking, used to be more popular in Japan than it is now. Japan's a very safe country. What is the value of learning how to fight in such a safe country like Japan?
That's true. We don't really have street fights, and I've never done street fight. So, as a self-defense point of view, maybe it's kind of pointless to learn how to fight on the street. But many people start Jiu-Jitsu, I think here from what I heard from my students, they just wanted to get something, they just want to learn something they can respect. And we don't have street fights, but many Japanese people respect dogi and martial arts spirit. So in Jiu-Jitsu, Judo and Karate, sometimes it's hard to start when they are 40. It's old martial arts, and it's more strict. In Jiu-Jitsu culture, it's more relaxed. So I think that's why many people start Jiu-Jitsu after 40 or even 50.
You've been training for a long time yourself. What would you say are some of the biggest things you've gotten out of your training?
Well, that's a tough question, because I started Jiu-Jitsu in the States, then I just wanted to be strong. Maybe street fight just a little bit, but as a man, I just wanted to be strong. That's how I started Jiu-Jitsu. But just thinking back, well, I learned how to choke and block people, but what I got from Jiu-Jitsu is I met best people. Yeah, it sounds kind of cheesy, but I have to say I met best people, and they helping. So that's what I got from Jiu-Jitsu.
Now you have your own chain of schools. You have 3 Carpe Diem schools in Japan.
Yes.
Why should people train at this dojo and not any others?
Well, they don't have to train at my dojo, but I want everybody to at least try Jiu-Jitsu. Maybe they don't like. Sometimes Jiu-Jitsu is not for everybody. I think you get someone push you, your face by elbow, and I know some people don't think it's pleasant. So, but I want everybody to start. And if they live in Tokyo, well, I recommend Carpe Diem. I have to say, it's my business.
Absolutely, it's such a nice place. And is there anything unique about your school? Do you have different types of classes, or is it just fairly standard?
Yes, we have white belt class, which means only white belts are allowed. And we have over 40 class, only over 40-year-old guys are allowed. And I think those people, they feel safe, because some young guys, and sometimes they go crazy. So we are focusing on beginners.
What would you say is the difference of a 40-year-old class? Is it a little slower paced?
Yes, it's slower pace. And because many people don't compete, they're not training for competition. So I can teach more. I still teach how to get an advantage point and stuff, but over 40 class or white belt class, I can focus on teaching more the essence of jiu-jitsu, the movements and why this technique work, and not for the points, but why this control your opponent's body. So that's why I like those classes.
Awesome. So if people are going to come to Japan and they want to meet you and train at your academy, where can they find out more information?
Okay, just Google Carpe Diem BJJ, then you'll find my webpage. And we are always having lots of guests, and everybody is welcome to my gym.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much. Hi, everybody. My name is Yuki Ishikawa. I'm the owner of Carpe Diem BJJ in Tokyo. This is Masahiro Iwasaki, one of the strongest Japanese black belt and who work under me. Today I show you 2 pass guard, and should I stop? Okay. Okay, from this close guard position, I try to open up using this elbow and putting one knee here. Just a basic guard opening. But many people, before I open up, they decide to make a shin guard position like this. Okay. And I'm expecting this. So whenever I feel his hip is going to the side, okay, I block his shin coming under my stomach, coming in front of my stomach here. Then this forearm press his thigh. I don't use my hand. This is weak. He can pull it out. Okay, so this is better. And now, just like my kneecap pushing my elbow, my knee goes in. At the same time, this is important. I have to put this knee up here. I cannot just leave this here and he makes hook. They give me a hard time. So I have to go high. Then make cross body. And all my pressure on his cheek so he cannot face me. So I call this groin stretch position. Okay, it's quite tough for him. Okay, so from this position, it's so hard for him to escape. So I can stay here as long as I can, then make him tired. Then finally I pass guard. This time common mistake is some people going this way, then you lose pressure on his chest. So I want to keep this pressure. Then lastly, I put my right knee to next to my left knee, just like this. Okay. Now it's a pass guard. Okay, now same groin switch pass guard, but different entrance. I use this when he has me in reverse Rahiba, this position. In this position, I catch the edge of his pants, they always elbow inside, so he cannot kick my bicep inside here. My hand here, my left hand goes in his collar. Now he's holding my heel, but I can always unlock this way. So I need one step inside, like that. Then my head goes to his chest. Then I get out. If he let me pass guard, I just take it. But usually he defend by pushing my shoulder or face, like this. Okay. In this position, it's so hard to pass his guard. So I hook my heel, hook my foot on his thigh. Okay. Then I go back inside his guard here. So the same groin stretch position. Okay. Then I make cross body. This is better if I can get it, but maybe I don't get it here. This is good enough. Just keep it strong. Then all my weight on his cheek. Okay. Then same pass guard. Here. Okay, so we have 3 dojos in Tokyo: Aoyama, Mita, and Hiro. So if you guys are traveling in Tokyo, please visit us and let's train with us. Just Google Carpe Diem BJJ and you'll find our webpage. Thank you so much.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the interview and techniques with Yuki Ishikawa. On next week's show, we have an interview with somebody that I've been looking forward to interviewing for a long time. I'm talking about a man that I refer to as the father of Jiu-Jitsu in Japan, at least the father of BJJ in Japan, Yuki Nakai. Yuki is the man who started Para Estra. You also might have seen him in the 1995 Vale Tudo event facing off against Rickson Gracie. He's just a very interesting guy. He's the first black belt, Japanese black belt in Japan, and he's just accomplished so much in his lifetime, and we cover a lot of really interesting topics. Not only has he done BJJ for many, many years, he's also a Kosen Judo black belt and has a lot of knowledge about Jiu-Jitsu and grappling in general. So stay tuned for that one next week. That'll be the last interview from Japan. Okay guys, see you next time.